if we put like a little cushion under you here like that? You gonna go up more? Are you okay now? Is that a good place for you? Yeah. Chewie has been very insistent on being in this video for some reason, so are you good? You good there? Yeah, he's good. So I recently did a video where I had to stop what we were doing and basically have my friend slap me. My nose is itchy, that means I'm gonna have a fight.
Better not be with me.
No, the thing. No.
Why? Oh, that's the fight. And we made up.
Yeah.
What? My mind's just blown right now. You got rid of your fight already.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I'm a genius. Which got a lot of people asking, what are more Irish superstitions? So I reached out on Twitter and I got a lot of suggestions. Now, some of these superstitions are pure Irish, and some of them go a little bit further afield, like into the UK, and you may even have them in your own state or country or whatever. So jumping straight in at number 10, we're going to kick off with weddings. Now in Ireland, you will very frequently see bridesmaids wearing green, and this is said to ward off fairy curses because apparently it confuses the fairies into thinking that it is a fairy wedding. Because Lord knows those fairies are tricky, but not necessarily terribly intelligent. You may also see bridesmaids wearing white dresses similar to the bride, and this was said to ward off scoundrels who may try and kidnap the bride, an eligible bachelorette, from potential kidnappers who could kidnap her for her dowry. So to confuse the kidnappers, who were apparently as intelligent as the fairies, they would have the bridesmaids dress in white. Brides themselves also frequently wear blue dresses in Ireland, which is supposed to bring good luck upon the marriage and no shenanigans and cheating. If that worked, that would sure solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it? Number 9. Red-haired women are said to be very, very bad luck for fishermen. Under no circumstances should a fisherman let a redhead board his boat or even touch his boat before he intends to set sail. Apparently, if they do so, there will be no catches that day, and the fisherman could even encounter bad waves and die at sea. Very dramatic. Oh my gosh, imagine if they encountered Ariel. She has red hair, she likes boats. Wow. Of course, Eric didn't have much luck after that whole thing, what with encountering Ursula and nearly marrying her and all that, but it all worked out in the end. Number 8, and we're back to fairies. In this case, fairy forts. It is said you should never disrupt or destroy a fairy fort in Ireland. And this one is taken very seriously. He moved. People have argued over land because of fairy forts. In fact, a man called Shaun Quinn, who was at one stage, 2011 I believe, the most richest man in Ireland. Most richest? Sure. He had €5 billion in the bank, and while he was developing a property in Cavan, he destroyed a fairy fort and decided to relocate an ancient tomb which had stood for 4,000 years. Does that qualify as ancient? I'm not sure, but it's pretty old. He took the tomb and rebuilt it at a different location, stone by stone, but apparently that wasn't enough because cut to a couple of years later, the guy is completely bankrupt. And the locals believe that the reason for that was his destroying of the ancient / old fairy fort and tomb. The logical explanation of fairy forts is that they were built in the Iron Age and they had ditches around them that helped, you know, keep predators or robby people away. Anyway, there is a logical explanation, but fairy forts. Number 7.
Death.
Don't be scared, it's just a video. So in Ireland, if you see a funeral car pass by you, you must bless yourself. A lot of people will find themselves blessing themselves out of pure habit when they see a funeral car go past in Ireland. Of course, this borders a little bit on OCD, touching wood 3 times, touching your head 3 times, touching wood 3 times. Why do I have to say that 3 times? It's also said that you should not wear new clothes to a funeral or you will be cursed by the ghost of the person who died. I would argue you probably shouldn't wear new clothes to a funeral because you're probably not going to want to wear those clothes again because you'll associate it with the bad feelings of the funeral. But you know, logic in the face of superstition. Superstition should win because that's what this list is about. There's also a more general rule that as a woman, if you go to mass and you don't wear a hat, your hair will fall out, and that's not good. I'm pretty sure that one's not obeyed all that much anymore. Moving on to number 6, it's dinner table etiquette. It is said that if you drop your knife at an Irish kitchen table, you will soon have a male visitor cross your threshold. And if you drop your fork at a dinner table, a lady visitor will soon come to visit your house. You should never put brand new shoes on a table. Actually, to be fair, you really shouldn't put shoes on a table where people are eating anyway, and you should never reach for the last slice of bread, because if you do, you're going to be a maid or bachelor for the rest of your life. Maybe that's what happened to me, but the carbs are so good, I feel like it was worth it. Number 5, it's magpies. I'm not overly familiar with the magpie ones, it's not one I ever followed, but there are a couple of rhymes about magpies. Did you know a group of magpies is called a mischief? I personally feel they should be called pies, because that's funny and a play on words. So the first one I had heard is 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret left untold. That's if you see that many of them, that's what you can expect. There's another rhyme that goes, I saw 8 magpies in a tree, 2 for you and 6 for me, 1 for sorrow, 2 for mirth, 3 for a wedding, 4 for a birth, 5 for England, 6 for France, 7 for a fiddler, 8 for a dance. Never heard that one before. Here's what they say you should do to ward off bad luck from a magpie. They say you should salute the magpie. Apparently, you could also say good morning, General. Inquire to the magpie as to where his mate is. Where's your mate? You can also say good morning, Mr. Magpie, where is your lady wife today? Which seems quite presumptuous about the magpie's sexuality and not entirely fitting of 2018. You can also spit 3 times over your shoulder, which could prove problematic for anybody who's over your shoulder. Sorry, Chewie. And the last one that I found out on the internet, and I kind of feel like they may be taking the piss here, is flap your arms and shout caw-caw, caw-caw when you see a magpie. I feel like that's a joke. Number 4. This is a straightforward enough one. If you put your clothes on inside out, you should apparently leave them that way because it's good luck, and by undoing that, you'll apparently create your luck to change, so don't change them. I was walking around with my t-shirt inside out all day the other day. I did notice halfway through my day, but wasn't arsed actually changing it, so nothing great happened though. Nothing bad happened either. That one could be true. Number 3. This is kind of a worldwide one, and one that sort of baffles me. If a bird does his business on you, that is said to be good luck. I cannot think of a thing that is worse luck than having a bird do his business on you, because that's gross, especially if it goes in your hair. Ugh. It happened to me once though. It went on my coat, and I literally walked around with it on my coat because I didn't notice, which is gross. And again, did anything good happen to me that day? Can't remember, because it was all overshadowed by the fact that when I got home I noticed there was bird business on my coat, and then I had to clean it off. Coming in at number 2, it's kissing the Blarney Stone. I have not kissed the Blarney Stone, and as a person who frequently trips up over my words, perhaps I should do, because it is said kissing the Blarney Stone will give you the gift of the gab and cause you to never be at a loss for words ever again. I've seen photos of how they lower people down to kiss it though, and it seems excessively complicated. You have to go back like this, and they like lower you down, and you hold on to these 2 bars. Ooh, it seems like a lot. The Blarney Stone is said to be the most unhygienic tourist attraction in the world. It is kissed by over 400,000 people a year. Enjoy your herpes. Kissing the Blarney Stone is probably a thing I should do at some point, so stay tuned. And number 1, the weirdest Irish superstition I could come across is to never ever pick up a silver comb from the ground. It is said that picking up a silver comb from the ground will have a banshee curse you forever and ultimately kill you, which is definitely bad luck. Being deadified is the worst kind of luck there can be. So there are lots of origin stories about this, but the coolest one I could come across was that a young boy once came across the dwellings of a banshee, and in order to prove to his friends that he had done so, he robbed the comb of the banshee and brought it home with him. It was a silver comb. The banshee gave him ample opportunity to return the comb to her. Not sure exactly how she did this, whether there was a conversation had or if she just left lots of cryptic notes. I tend to think probably cryptic notes, because I can't imagine having a conversation with a banshee. By notes, I mean messages. I don't think she got a biro and left him notes. Anyway, she apparently went around and was like killing all his family and his friends, and eventually killed him, and the stupid little fecker could have just returned the comb and it never would have happened. What a silly thing to do. So if you see a comb that is silver on the ground, don't pick it up or the banshee's gonna get ya. So that's it for this Irish weird superstition list. If you liked it, do thumbs up the video, and I'd also potentially like to do a whole month of creepy stuff in October because Halloween started in Ireland, so I think it's a good thing to do. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments below. Also in the description, take a little minute to go and acknowledge all the nice people on my 25 squad in Patreon who have helped make this video possible. And a person I'd like you to give a special hi to is somebody called Galen Good. You will see him in the comments. He has a lovely beard, and in the last video I made a big feck up. You might remember the gorgeous Star Wars handbag that I got. Well, it came from Galen, not the person I said it came from, and I am so sorry. So if you do leave a comment on this video, it'd be really cool if you could also say thanks Galen, because I messed up and I'd like to make it up to him in some kind of way. And that's it. Bye. Camera rolling. Oh, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for... Are you snoring into the microphone? Let's start. Stop. Do you want to go to the park? I think we're going to the park.